Jesse Williams playing Captain Sean Irons. Captain Irons is a Air Force pilot who has a particular interest in UFOs and UFO technology. He's had some sightings, he's had some near misses, some close encounters, but never anything close enough to really get his hands on it. But he strongly suspects that there is an entirely new world of technology out there that could do incredible things for humankind. I'm tracking the source. I get somebody to kind of bankroll my mission, Argon. I don't know a lot about him, but he's the only guy that believes me enough to pay for my research. So that's what ties us together, and finally I get close to it, and that's all I care about, is actually trying to find this technology that it could be of service to people. So that kind of puts him in a adversarial role with some of the other characters, though I don't personally consider him a villain. I initially, knew that it was something I would be interested in because of the script, the directors, the cast. You know, I'm a big fan of both Michael Pena and Owen Wilson's work. I love the themes, the work that the guys, Henry and Rel, have done in the past. And Bruckheimer's clearly a legend. And it was something just light and fun. I have kids. I thought it was something they could watch eventually, something playful, something light, a little different than I've done before. Yeah, just doing something new. That's always what I'm looking for, something new. It's a fun house for kids. Can you imagine, like, being a kid and getting all this trick technology, gadgets, things you can use for mischief or for fun or to try to impress somebody, or, you know, the invisible car, all that. I mean, it's a dream gig for the actors and for all the kids that get to watch it. So it's perfect. These young adults are terrific. They're professional, they're fun-loving, they're imaginative, and they treat each other well. They're having a good time. And, you know, and Henry and Rel really foster creativity here. Some people hold their material really tight, you know, it's fixed. They have a really beautiful balance, not only with each other, but with the material and their actors. So the kids get some room to express themselves, try new things, whether we use it or not, they can decide that later, but everybody gets some malleability. But yeah, they're great. Michael's a wonderful dude. It's my first time meeting him, both him and Owen actually here. He's obviously incredibly talented from everything we've seen from him on screen, but he's incredibly talented beyond that. He can play a bunch of instruments and is an incredible golfer and all these other things that he's a master of many skills that require a lot of time, energy, and talent. Yeah, he's a great guy. We're talking nonstop in between takes and exploring stuff, and takes his craft very seriously in a very relaxed way, which is not always the case for folks. So he's a real joy to be around. Owen Wilson's a damn legend in contemporary comedy. The guy's played so many iconic roles in great movies that are also rewatchable and timeless, which isn't always the case with folks. So he absolutely was a huge part in why, what piqued my interest about the opportunity to work not only in a film with him, but be spending time with him, doing scenes with him, learning from him. And he's great. He's a hell of a guy, and you see the magic in rehearsal and in us doing scenes. He's just got a really special quality about him. We are shooting in a repurposed, abandoned, massive shopping mall, which has its own kind of post-apocalyptic vibe to it as you walk around. It's a bunch of abandoned stores that you're kind of familiar with. Everything is empty and abandoned. It's kind of dirty and dusty and neglected. And they've repurposed the entire atrium, which is essentially like probably 3 stories high, to create this huge cavernous bat cave. We spent the first, I'd say a good week, training tactical weapons training, stunt training, learning how to properly roll and control your body and simulate fights. We went to the range, we did organized clearing rooms, 4 of us being able to shoot in choreographed manner safely, semi-automatic and pistols live. So that was dope. That was a lot of fun. And we have an incredible stunt team. These guys are really talented, really professional. And Greg and their team who run that whole organization are top notch. So these guys really, safety first, giving you a hell of a show. There's a lot of heart in it, but Owen on screen is, he's funny. He just can't help, he just is. Michael's incredible, and the writing is great. The writing's great, and these kids are terrific, and they are clearly defined characters. They're not just kind of a meld of a situation. They're each very clearly defined, and the actors are incredible executing it. So yeah, it's a pretty well laid out team. It feels part of that legacy of adventurous young adult comedy, comedic experiences that I keep looking to share with my kids as they become age appropriate. These things that you can kind of come back to year in and year out. This feels like a new classic adventure. So I'm really honored and excited to be able to be a part of it.